So this is going to be a recap for everything that happened in yesterday's games. Victor Wembanyama is unreal. I just made a video on him on my main channel that's like actually a video, so go check that out. It'll be in the description. But yeah, this dude is insane. Like when you're talking about a top 10 player, I actually think he's top 10 right now. I think there's a case for like top 7 even, maybe even top 6. Like that's how good Victor Wembanyama is. Right now the dude put up 30 points, 10 blocks, 7 rebounds, 3 assists still, hit 4 threes, and only did it in 30 minutes because the game was pretty much over. Like, they won by 20. The Spurs are 15 and 13. They got to be up there in the standings. I'll look right now. But yeah, I mean, they got to be up there in the standings. Wemby's averaging 24.7, 10 rebounds. So yeah, all those people that said he can't rebound, he's averaged 10 rebounds last year, 3.9 assists. He's one of the best playmakers as a center, 3.8 blocks, 3.2 threes. The Spurs are ninth, and they're like half a game back of the 6th seed, a game back of the 5th seed. Who would have expected that coming into the year? Chris Paul's actually been like a great addition, and Stephon Castle is like NBA ready. This team is going to be insanely good just looking at their stats. Vassell's averaging 16, Sohan 15, Keldon 12.5, Champagnie 12.5. Nobody talks about Julian Champagnie. He's so good, at least compared to what people say about him. Like, nobody talks about Champagnie. I don't know why. He's a respectable three-point shooter, too. Like, he might not have a starter job in this league for long, but he will be a very good bench piece for this team. Castle's averaging 11, Harrison Barnes 11, Chris Paul 9.6. We know what Chris Paul does. But yeah, this team is going to be really good. Looking at the rest of the league, the Heat are chokers. A 37-8 fourth quarter. They had a 25-point comeback just in the fourth, and Cole Anthony scored 27 of those. So yeah, Cole Anthony outscored the Heat 27-8 in a single quarter, and the Heat were without, or the Magic were without like all their best players. Paolo's out, Suggs was out, Franz is out. Like, they are extremely injured, and this team just keeps finding ways to win. Wendell Carter Jr. only played 13 minutes. Mo Wagner, I'm pretty sure Mo Wagner got injured that game. So Cole Anthony came off the bench and dropped 35. Outscored. I mean, Jimmy didn't even play. He's not even with the team right now. I think he got injured yesterday or 2 days ago. But he outscored Bam. He outscored Hero, who, by the way, Tyler Hero's been having an insane season. All-star him. He's really been that good. He's been the only reason the Heat have like even stayed afloat. But the Magic are now 2-0 up on the Heat this year, and the Magic could be looking at like being a playoff team, even without Paolo and Franz. Like, when they got injured, we thought that they were just going to collapse. No, they're a game back of the Knicks. They're 18-12. They're still up on the Bucks, who have been absurd for the last month plus. I mean, they won the NBA Cup. Won actually yesterday too, beat Jordan Poole. Had a really good first half, but Ryan Rollins' revenge game had like 12. Bobby Portis dropped like 20-something. So, after such a bad start for Bobby Portis, he's been great. But yeah, I mean, the Magic are the 4th seed in the East. Even out in the West, you put that same record out in the West, they're still the 5th seed. And of course, probably not as good of a record, tougher competition, but like still, the Magic are a very good team, and they're doing all this with Paolo having played like 5 games this year. And we saw it. He was clearly like taking the leap. He dropped 50. Franz, he's been out recently. Like, this team is so good. They can step up for each other. Mo and Goga have been having absurd years. And even with KCP, like, very clearly having a really rough year. Cole Anthony having a pretty rough year up to this point. I mean, Cole Anthony's been shooting 40%, like, even including this game. But, I mean, Mo and Goga are shooting 56 and 65%. And with even the fans being pretty mad about coaching and who's playing, they're still doing this good. The Magic are going to be, like, very scary in the playoffs. A LeBron dropped 32. Classic LeBron. Everyone's saying he was washed, like, a week ago. I don't understand it. He just had a little bit of a slump. He's still very clearly, maybe not a top 10 player, at least borderline top 10. He's averaging 23, 9, and 7, or 23, 9, and 8 on 49% from the field. And this year, he put up like he's still having very good games. Just on the second half of back-to-backs, it's been pretty rough. Since he came back from injury, he dropped 18 in a win, 19 in a win, and now 32 in a win. See, I didn't understand the fear-mongering. Like, he might not be a 28, 29 point per game guy. He can still get buckets. He's still a very good playmaker. And the Lakers closed it out during this stretch, even with AD having a really rough game, missing 2 big free throws down the stretch, but Rui turned into Scottie Pippen for a play and tapped the ball out. He actually had 11 rebounds, Rui. And for the Kings, I mean, this is danger territory. We've heard De'Aaron Fox rumors for a minute. I'm not really sure if any of them are real because they're not coming from, like, actual sources. At least actual, like, reported, like, real sources. I don't care about Evan Sidery or whatever. But he dropped 31 and still lost. The Kings are 13 and 16. They're outside of the play-in right now. Like, this is very dangerous territory for a team that made a move for DeMar DeRozan over the offseason, thinking that they were going to maybe not compete, but at least that was the goal. They're 12th right now. Like, they're behind the Thunder, Grizzlies, Rockets, Mavs, Lakers, Nuggets, Warriors, Clippers, Spurs, Timberwolves, Suns. That took like 3 seconds to name off very quickly. They've lost their last 3. They're 4 and 6 over the last 10. They're 6 and 10 at home. Remember the whole Beam thing? That home court advantage isn't even helping. They're 2 games back of the 10th seed, of the 11th seed even. And for as close as like 5 to 11 is, the Kings are a couple games back. Like, this is danger territory for them. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to recover. Will they blow it up? I don't know. I kind of hope so. I'm not the biggest Domantas Sabonis fan. I don't think this team is going to succeed. The Grizzlies also got a win over the Hawks, just continuing to win. They've been great this season. They're 20 and 9. 3 games back of the Thunder, but like they are clearly maybe not tier 1 total contenders, but if not tier 1, they're tier 2. They're up there. The Nets have fully committed to the tank. Ben Simmons actually had a really good game, had a double-double, 15 and 10. He had like some fadeaway I saw, but Jazz won. Just between 2 tanking teams. Evan Mobley had a couple of highlights. Cavs moved to 25 and 4, of course. Celtics get their revenge on the Bulls. Jason Tatum actually had 43, 15, and 10. Some people were calling it stat padding. I didn't watch the end of the game, so I'm not sure. But a 40-point triple-double nonetheless is really impressive, especially coming off a loss. So, really good recovery game for the Boston Celtics. Bucks, like I mentioned, won. Wizards fall to 4 and 22. And Bobby Portis actually had 24, 10, and 8. So, best game of the season for him. Warriors get their revenge on the Timberwolves. Curry had 31, much needed. Warriors have really been looking rough. They fell a lot in the standings. I think they're down to like 8, 9, around that territory. Knicks come back over the Pelicans. They were down early. I don't know why. Mavs survive a Kyrie stinker and Luka being out. This team is legit. They're 18 and 10. I'm pretty sure they're the 4 seed in the West. And yeah, I mean, this team is actually legit. Like, they can survive a lot of different ways. They can win with different ways, something that, like, in the past hasn't been the case. And then the Pistons beat the Suns despite KD dropping 43. He's had monster games the past 2 games, and the Suns have still lost. So really concerning for Phoenix. Yeah, I mean, 2 days before that, he dropped 37 against the Pacers and lost by 9. This Suns team has a lot of issues.